Hi guys, this is Rachel from RBG Colors, and I wanted to bring you guys the new flip through of the Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Well, my new flip through. This book's not actually all that new. And I just wanted to let you guys know I'm really sorry about not having put out much content over the past year. We had a new baby and had caught COVID, and it was just a very, very insanely busy year for us. Lots of new things happening and going on. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to be sure to be putting out lots of more content for you guys. I've, over the course of the year, I've bought a lot of new different coloring books, a lot of different pencil sets and watercolor medias and different, glitter, glam, metallic things for accents. So I'll be definitely putting videos out about those and what I think are the best things for accents and backgrounds and everything. My first thing I wanted to bring to you though was this Ivy and the Inky Butterfly book. Now, when I bought this, we had the intention, my husband and I, of coloring this in together to leave for our kids, when we're gone or whatever. So they have something for mom and dad that they'll be able to remember us by, because this is Johanna Basford's only book that's actually a storybook. So there are illustrations that go along with the story, and it's a beautiful book. I highly recommend it. I know you all know I'm a Johanna Basford fangirl, so I mean, that may sway my opinion a little bit, but this book I would say is one of her highest quality books that's on the market by far. This book was published, let's see, right now if you were to buy this book, it was published on October 10th, 2017. Currently on Amazon, it's priced at around $11.80. And this coloring book itself has 120 pages, which is by far her biggest coloring book yet. And the pages are also the thickest that I've seen in any of the coloring books of hers that I've bought, which I really, really love. I was, as I'll show you as we're going through this, I was easily able to use watercolor media. I've only colored a few things in so far, but I plan on doing a lot more since I got this really recently. Let's see, and this book is also published by Penguin Books, which is the newer publisher for her. I believe her very first books were done by Lawrence King Publishing, which I believe is out of England. Now, the dimensions of this book are 8.5 inches by 0.71 by 9.88, which, if I can just show you, it's actually from here to here, it's slightly smaller than her other books. So if you see Magical Jungle here, and you were to put it right up to each other, let me pull these pages out, you can see that it's not quite as wide this way. But if you're going this way, it's much, much wider than her other coloring books. And the pages are just fantastic for any kind of other media that you would be using. Any kind of water-based media. Now, that doesn't mean go crazy. I have not tested alcohol markers yet in this book, so maybe that's something that I'll test later on down the road and update you guys with. But what I would recommend if you're going to invest in this book is that if you are using some kind of water media, I would make sure you put a page in between the pages while it's drying. So let's get to this flip through, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so as you can see, it's got the normal metallic inlays. It's just such a beautiful book, and as always, you can color the cover if you'd like. One thing I love about Johanna's books are that she has this fantastic little French dust covered jacket, and this is so that when you are coloring, you can go like this, and then you'll always know what page your work in progress is on. Now, these pages are highly detailed, beautiful. I love the introduction pages. And right here, she gives you an idea of what kinds of materials you're able to use on this book. And, the paper's nice and toothy, so really any pencil I would say you could use. I've been using the Prismacolors, I've been using a few of my open stock polychromos, and I've been using my Pablos a lot in her books. And honestly, I would say this book would probably be better for oil pencils. If you're going to use oil pencils, this book would be perfect for it because of the type of paper. It's super toothy, super big, or thick, and yeah. And I love the nameplate that she does on each of these books. I'll have to make sure that I color that in and get back to you and show you guys how I'm doing all of my pages on this. Let me make sure that this book's in the screen nice and perfect for you guys. Just beautiful artwork in these, highly detailed in her fantastic, whimsical way. And, sorry about that. I forgot this was a Rachel Mintz drawing or PDF page, which currently there's a, you can, if you join her email list, you can get a free Rachel Mintz coloring book, and I chose the Friendship coloring book, and I printed it on the Spring Hill 67-pound Bristol Vellum Digital, which is a really nice paper. I prefer the 80-pound, but that's very hard to find lately and super expensive, so I actually invested in some of the 67-pound, and it worked out great, guys. It's as good as any, like, sketchbook paper, really, that's not like artist quality, but you know, really good coloring quality paper. It's not as thick as the 80-pound or the 110-pound, which I prefer, but for practice or artworks that you're not going to be framing or doing anything special with, why not? It's really nice paper. Okay. And I believe that link was on Pamela's Passion for Pencils. One of her videos, she actually gave the link. So as you can see what I meant, I went over this drawing, or this page with fine liners after I did my metallic watercolors. And I didn't put a page in between, and some of the ink splattered onto the other page, which is okay. I can fix that at some point. I'll be able to color over that, or, you know, use some Posca paint to fix that. But we'll have to see. It'll be okay. I can always get another copy. And as you can see, these metallic watercolors came out gorgeous on this paper. I mean, just came out like gold foil almost. And these right here are a mix of the Polychromos and Pablo pencils. That's one of my pages that's in progress. So we'll just put this page here. I almost love every page in this book. They're so thick. I just can't wait to get going with all the watercolor media and trying out different types of materials on this. Because in her other books, the pages are not as thick as this, although I love the other books, and as you'll see when I do the other flip-throughs, a few of the books are well loved, and I may need to buy a second copy. This is probably one of my most favorite pages. I'm working my way up to this. I'm definitely going to be using my pastels for the background, since I know I can spray this with fixative and it shouldn't hurt the pages at all. Another gorgeous page with the cherry blossoms or apple blossoms. Now this is one of the pages that another one that's a work in progress I'm in the middle of doing. I was actually following a tutorial, a coloring tutorial by Shweta Gupta for this side. That's this is the side that she had the tutorial for, and then I basically used the same technique on this side and drew in how I wanted it to look over here, and I plan on doing my own colors the rest of the way. Now I'm to the point where I want to actually do the background and stuff my own way. But I actually really loved the way she did the trees and just made the page look like it was glowing. And one thing I have to say though is when I first got this book, I had a vision for almost every page in here because they're so beautiful. But as I got reading the storybook, I realized I would love to incorporate what's going on in the story with the pages, especially since we're going to be leaving this for our kids. Just such a great gift idea. even for little kids to color in, if you know, if that's what you'd like, or just to color in for fun. Another very beautiful detailed page. I actually saw, I believe it was Zucchini Kitty or Coloring with Kay, that had a really gorgeous, had done this page really gorgeously. And as I said, there's 120 pages, and they are back-to-back pages. Although the paper's thick enough, as you can see back here, nothing. No bleed through at all. Sorry about the microphone cord. That's kind of in the way over here, but the shadow on the page is just from my microphone cord. So let's see if we can get that right again. So as you can see, there is nothing, no shadow or anything from that. And these pages are just beautiful, guys. I love Johanna Basford's style. I think I actually invested in one of her how to draw books that's out. Because let's face it, I'm more of a colorist. I'm not a great drawing person, but I'm learning how to, so that's a plus. I've actually been able to draw some things now and color them in myself. This is a page that I actually did on my own. There was a butterfly a few pages back, I believe, too, that I've uploaded to Facebook on the Coloring Bliss Facebook group page. And so if you would like to check that out and see how I colored it in, you could. I just put this one up not long ago. It was a PDF that I downloaded from Johanna's page online, and it came out beautiful. And I love this page with all the stars, and I love the ones with all the pages with all the mushrooms and all the different flowers. Oh, this bumblebee is so cute. And there's a lot of great artwork. If you're looking for tutorials for this book, there are a lot of people that have uploaded different tutorials. If you just need inspiration, or you'd like to check it out and see if, you know, how you'd like to color a certain page, you could go on Instagram. There's a lot of people that upload it to Instagram, even Facebook, and Pinterest. This is another page I can't wait to do. I'm definitely going to be using my neon Holbein and Prismacolors on this page, along with the couple of neon color pastels that I have. I can't wait to do that page, because there's not many coloring pages that you can use those colors on, and that happens to be one that I think I'll be able to get a really good glow for the firebugs. And a lot of these pages have little gems or certain little items in them that are great for practicing. If you don't want to color the entire page, or you just want to try practice one little item, it's not going to hurt the entire coloring page if you just, you know, practice on one of those little items. And I always feel like this has got to be some kind of mandala art, even though I know it's not typical of mandalas, but to me it feels like it. It's just a mandala made out of flowers in a heart shape. Another really nice page that you can almost do anything that you'd like. There's a page somewhere in here that was very typical of her artwork in her other books. Such a cute, very cute page. And as you can see, there is, a lot of people have said there's too much text, or there's more text than there are illustrations. I completely disagree with that. If anything, I would say there's at least the same amount of text and illustrations at the least. I would say there's more illustrations, because you get all these double page spreads, a lot of these in here. Another couple beautiful flowers. Oh, right here. This is super typical of Johanna Basford's other books. She does a lot of pages like these where you'll have 4 items in a row and 4 rows of the items where you can, you could practice and different color schemes or try out different medias on this page. Because it's not a page that's going to destroy your coloring book or make it horrible. And it's just a good way to test different materials out. Now, she always does put a color test palette page in the back. So if you are scared of hurting the front, right here, the color palette test page, if you're scared of hurting the other image in case it's something you're not sure if it'll bleed through or not, I would definitely try it on this page first. And as always, when she does the end of her, like the last page of her book, it's always usually beautiful books. But the beginning, it's just kind of cute because she does the beginning very same with the name bracket right here. And I just love how she does that. Maybe one day she'll do another one of these. And I absolutely love to, as you can see, I tried this out, that you, or I tested some colors here. I love that you can color this in if you'd like. This is another area where you could test things, like especially under the flap. And right here there's an advertisement for her other books. This is the back cover, which is of course colorable also with the price. Now currently, I believe I said it in the beginning, this book is $11.80 on Amazon, which is a really good price for this book. And it's 120 pages of coloring pages that you get to color and on super thick, very nice paper. As I said, you can use water media on this and it doesn't hurt the pages. So I have not tried alcohol marker on it yet, but I believe it will work better than it did in her other books. So if I can just show you really quick, I tested, which I'm going to have to order a new copy of Magical Jungle because, as you can see, I ruined my elephant. I should have used the colored test page to, well, I did, but it didn't bleed through very bad when I first did it. Because right here, you can't really see it that much, and at the beginning, you couldn't see it at all. So I was using this page to kind of test and see what markers, and I know it's horrible. It's a horrible test page. Remember, this book was from my very first when I first started coloring, so it's not as good as the other books and pages that I've done, but it did come through on this, and it actually bled over to this page. So I would be really careful if you're coloring in one of her previous books, or not previous, but one of her other books like Magical Jungle, Enchanted Forest, or World of Flowers, because it will bleed through. So just be really careful and mindful of that. Pencils, gel pens, watercolor media like watercolor pencils, metallic paints, they all worked awesome for me. Okay guys, I think that's about it, and hope you liked it, and have a great day and happy coloring, guys. Thanks. Bye.